Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nateland podcast.
Here we are.
Hello, folks, and hey, bear.
There it is.
I'm Dusty Slay, and I'm here, as always, with my wonderful co-host, Brian Bates.
All right.
And Aaron Weber.
All right. Where in the world is Nate Bargatze?
Nate, this is a Nateland podcast that Nate is part of. Oftentimes, it is not just a fan podcast devoted to Nate. We do a podcast with Nate, and he's not here today, and that's okay because
filming his movie.
As someone in the comments once pointed out, I say this a lot, but we're all professional comedians.
Yeah.
A guy said that in a comment. He said, if I had a dime for every time Dusty said we're professional comedians, he said, I'd have,
80 cents.
80 cents. And I commented, send me your Venmo.
Did you hook him up?
He never sent it.
Yeah. Sounds like a Cash App guy.
Yeah. But we're here, and we're pumped about it.
Recording a little early. It's Memorial Day week.
That's right.
So we're recording a little early, so who knows what happens.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I won't be able to comment on whether Vermont was fun because I'm sure it was, but I'm not gone yet. So, should I jump into this news here?
Do you think if you died this weekend, we would play this episode?
I would hope so.
You want us to just play it? If you die in Vermont, I hate to get morbid right off the top, but it's one of those days. Let's say you die horrible. Let's say you go to the world's tallest filing cabinet and falls on you.
Yep.
I mean, what do we do?
What if Champ comes out of the water and eats you?
Yeah. So what do we do for this week? Just play this podcast, act like nothing happened, or do you want us to do like
play it and you say Dusty's in heaven and stop eating pork?
That's your one message to the world?
I think we would record another one without Dusty. We'd keep his ad reads.
Okay.
For viewing.
Of course, we need the money.
Yeah, but we would do it without him, but we would never even acknowledge he wasn't here.
I would feel like
we would read Nate's dates.
You'd have to do a little something at the beginning. You would have to go, listen.
We'd say, Nate's shooting a movie, guys.
That was a good intro that I did, so I do want you to air it.
Okay. I think we would say, Dusty's obviously not here. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, Nate's shooting the breadwinner right now. His Big Dumb Eyes tours in the city.
Yeah, we got Dusty shooting the dead winner. Because he died this weekend, and we're going to miss him.
And then we move on.
Yeah.
Dusty's on his big demise tour.
Demise.
Yeah, because he's dead.
Demise, yeah.
I hope you don't die, man.
Well, I hope not, too.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to heaven?
No, I do, but I have kids now, so I got to stay and protect my kids.
Right. Well, I had a
before kids, I could have gone at any time.
I had a super turbulent flight last weekend.
Oh yeah.
The flight where you start to look around and everybody's looking around. At what point do you start to go, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
It was that bad. It was so bad that everybody applauded when they landed, and I wasn't that upset about it because it was it did feel good to land.
What were the flight attendants doing?
They couldn't get up the whole flight. They never got the clearance to get up. So,
could you see them?
I couldn't see them from where I was sitting. I did look for them. They looked fine. They were playing it cool. But I might have mentioned this on the podcast. I talked to a Southwest flight attendant, and she said about twice a year they're legitimately scared on a flight, and they still try to play it cool because they know people are looking at them.
Are you in an exit row on this one?
Oh, yeah.
Are you like, well, let me go ahead and get that pamphlet out?
No.
Do you start stretching?
Yeah. You start looking at the door. Can I do this?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but do I even know how this works?
Everybody's looking at you like, this is the guy that have to open it.
The dude, I had me and Lee Kimbrell sitting aisle window in the exit row. And, it's getting towards the end of the flight, and you're like, I might have an empty seat here. And you start celebrating a little early. I always make that mistake. Dude walks on late, big fat dude. He comes, somebody sitting right here? I was like, golly, dude. I had to get up and let him sit down. It's like this guy had never been on a plane before. Kept putting the table down. Flight attendant had to be like, you got to leave it up. Taking off, pulls it down. He's watching Gladiator 2 on his phone vertically. He never rotates his phone. He's watching. He's watching it vertically like this the whole time. Of course, no headphones. Had to be told the guy did like a million things wrong. And then I watched this guy get off the plane, and he's walking. Flow of traffic just stops in the middle of it. This guy lives in his own world. It was just it was the last guy you wanted in the middle seat.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how it goes too, because if you're on Southwest and you're trying to protect that middle seat, all the good people are gonna pass you by.
I know.
And then you're gonna get the bad guy that's got nowhere else to go.
I know. Smelled bad too.
Yeah.
It's one of those, man. It was just watching a movie vertically. I don't know why that annoyed me more than anything.
You wanted to say something,
buddy.
So bad.
I go, hey, buddy. If you scroll down, you can unlock and then rotate your phone through the magic of technology.
Yeah,
you're gonna watch it.
You're like, it's
horizontally.
hard for me to watch on your phone when you're doing it like that.
Exactly.
I watched a movie yesterday on the flight on my phone, and I saw the guy next to me reading a book, and a couple of times I could see his head kind of look over like,
Yeah, of course he's gonna. That's way more interesting.
Yeah.
I watched 21 Jump Street yesterday.
So funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
Both of
it's
them are.
such a
22
funny
Jump Street is
movie,
too.
dude.
Yeah, it's very funny.
It was really great.
I watched A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie.
Yeah, how was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was very, Bob Dylan seems like a jerk,
Yeah.
but very interesting.
Timothy Chalamet was good in that. Huh?
Yep.
I like real old Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan hasn't done anything that I like in the last 40 years.
Well, this was about a 4-year span from 61 to 65.
Okay. I mean, that stuff is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan hasn't done a lot of good basketball in the last.
No, but Bob
20
Dylan's
years either.
still making albums.
I know, and he's still doing concerts, and it's
Yeah.
brutal. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody says that I've never went to see Bob Dylan, but everybody that's gone said he just does new stuff. He won't do the classics. And,
Yeah.
and
None
in
of
the
the
movie,
hits.
that's the issue.
Oh, really?
That's part of the issue is he won't do the hits
Well, he has a Nobel Prize for literature.
that he didn't attend.
Did he really?
He skipped it.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. Anyway,
old Bob Dylan, though. I had the Essential Bob Dylan, and disc 1 of the Essential Bob Dylan is really great.
Those are all his greatest hits.
Yeah, it's really great. Disc 2's got some hits, too.
I love when somebody goes, what's your favorite album for somebody? Well, the greatest hits album.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
So it's just nonstop hits.
But he has Blood on the Tracks is a really good album altogether. So just in case you're looking for a full Bob Dylan album. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dusty, you want to give some Nateland news?
Yeah, he has a song. I will do it. He has a song called Idiot Wind on that song, on the album, Blood on the Tracks. And in the song, I Only Want to Be With You by
Somebody's got it in for me. There are plenty of stories in the press.
Yeah.
How'd that sound?
That sounds just like it.
Thanks.
He has a whole line out of that song, a whole chunk that is just directly in the I Only Want to Be With You song by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Really?
Yeah.
So he stole it from them?
I only want to be with you.
Well, he did a unique thing where he I think he references Bob Dylan. So it's like, I think it's like I Shot a Man in Italy and something like that, or
Just to watch him die?
yeah, yeah. Okay, Nate News. The Breadwinner, Nate's first feature film, is filming this week. Big Dumb Eyes tour coming to a city near you. Check out Nateland.com. And then in the Nateland world, we have Greg Warren's new special. Greg Warren, one of our favorite comics, favorite guest.
My favorite.
His new special, The Champ.
The Champ
Is out now, so go watch it. We love Greg. Nateland has a handful of great specials from Aaron Weber,
Yes, sir.
Nick Thune, and Steven Rogers, plus the Nateland Podcast Network. Don't forget to catch The Consumers every Tuesday.
Let's see it. Do you know this one?
Don't Make Me Come Back.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Every Thursday.
It was written out DMMCBT, and I don't think, okay.
And the new website is live called Nateland.com. So there's a new website just devoted to the Nateland. June 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
You skipped something there. That arrow. Do you have an arrow pointing down from the podcast?
No, you got all kinds of info on there that we don't have. You want to
Just
chime
me?
in? You want to chime in?
All right, breaking news. Sorry, Dusty.
Okay, thank you.
Breaking news. Let's hear it.
I apologize. I apologize. Breaking news. So we've got the consumers. Got Don't Make Me Come Back there. Of course, Nateland. And launched last week, Correct Opinions with Trey Kennedy.
Oh,
all right. I like to think I helped with that because I did his podcast and we talked about this.
Oh.
I don't know if I did anything.
I got him on this podcast.
Well,
so
maybe we both helped a little bit. A little double assist.
I like Trey Kennedy.
Way to make it about yourself.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, Trey's great. Correct Opinions every Wednesday on the Nateland Network.
Really?
Yeah.
Same day as us.
Yep.
Going head to head now.
There's other days in the week. I wonder why they're doing that.
He's always been on Wednesdays.
There's only so many, though.
But there's 2 more here that we don't have a day, Friday and Monday.
Well, maybe honors the Sabbath, Dusty. Maybe you should try.
Well, that's Saturday.
Well, that's one of the days.
Yeah.
Well, not one that I named. But June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we're back with Season 3 of Nateland Presents The Showcase.
Yes, sir.
Tickets are on sale if you want to be part of this taping right here in the great city of Nashville, Tennessee.
There it is.
Also, Nateland merch drop, now available at natebargatze.com. Just click shop at the top. Check out the site for new drops. And if you're coming out to a show, come find us at the merch table.
Not you.
Okay. I'm not going to be there.
You're working Nate's merch table?
Yeah.
This guy just sounds like a big fan.
Hard up for cash, dude. He's going to be selling T-shirts at Nate's show.
Our favorite comic, the comic we've devoted this podcast to.
That's right. We started this is my house. I built a little shrine to Nate in here.
Nateland tribute podcast.
Yeah. Just a big fan of what he does. You know what I mean? Be cool to meet him.
All right, so let's get on into the comments.
I say we jump right in.
Let's get into it. Comments come from Twitter.
Well, let me ask you this. Where were y'all this weekend?
Well,
I was off.
I was off.
Well, I was in Vermont.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you thankfully survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
All right. Let's talk about something we all deal with, bad hair days. Everybody except Brian. But what if those bad hair days could become a thing of the past? With the iRestore Elite, you can say goodbye to thinning hair and hello, folks, to fuller, healthier locks. The iRestore Elite is clinically proven to help regrow hair using 300 lasers and 200 LEDs that send light therapy directly to your scalp. Brian's got it on right now. For a limited time only, our listeners are getting a huge discount on the iRestore Elite when you use code NATE at iRestore.com. That's promo code NATE at iRestore.com to get huge savings in your hair regrowth device you've been wishing for and start feeling like yourself again. Plus, they have shampoo, conditioner, growth activator, serum. The iRestore Elite is the only device on the market with triple wavelength technology, penetrating deeper into the scalp for maximum follicle stimulation. And maybe the best part about iRestore, the best part, they offer a 12-month money-back guarantee so you can try it risk-free. If your hair does not make a glorious return, you'll get it for a full refund. No awkward questions, just fabulous hair or your money back. You don't have to send a picture of your head. You know what I mean? That's what I would be worried about. I got to show them that I'm bald.
Yeah.
They'll believe you. Give yourself the gift of hair confidence this year. For a limited time only, our listeners are getting a huge discount on the iRestore Elite when you use code NATE at iRestore.com. Head over to iRestore.com, use code NATE for our show's exclusive discounts on the iRestore Elite. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Hair loss is frustrating, but you don't have to fight it alone. Thanks to iRestore.
Comments come from Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcast Reviews, and Nateland at natebargatze.com.
And Nateland.com, I imagine.
Soon,
all right.
soon.
How about that?
Okay. Mo Ephraim. You think that's it?
Ephraim. This guy's written in before, I think.
If he had an E at the end, it would be Mo A-Frame.
Mo A-Frame Cabin.
Yeah.
You know?
With all the playful ribbing and loads of genuine laughter, you all embody the true meaning of friendship.
Oh, jeez.
It's a big reason I've been listening to you all since day one. Really makes me appreciate the great times with good friends, talking about nothing while enjoying the simple joy of being together. Thanks for being a bright light and a source of happiness.
Well, you didn't have to read it sarcastically.
Yeah.
I thought that was very well written.
You do. Anytime something's
mocking him.
remotely sincere, you have a way of making it sound Super sarcastic. Thanks for being a bright light. Happiness ends in an ellipses. Happiness, ... It's like he had more to say.
No,
We
I
cut it
appreciate
out.
Mo here, but what I was trying to do was read it with some, like you could put soft classical music behind that read, and that would come off as very genuine.
Okay, let's do it. Hold on, I'm going to find it real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to find some royalty-free music.
Sure, it's royalty free.
Yeah, I got to find some royalty-free
No,
music. I want to see how this sounds, because I want to see how it sounded in
I
your
put
head.
my own podcast on YouTube, and I have some royalty free, and I got flagged. Now I got it fixed, but it got flagged.
Copyright-free. This is public domain music right here.
Okay.
Here you go.
With all the playful ribbon and loads of genuine laughter, you all embody the true meaning of friendship. It's a big reason I've been listening to you all since day one. Really makes me appreciate the great times with good friends, talking about nothing while enjoying the simple joy of being together. Thanks for being a bright light and source of happiness.
I liked it.
That was good.
That was good.
Music
Yeah.
changes everything.
It sure does, man.
Scott Knopfel. Every time I fly, and I fly often, I get bad anxiety. Do any of you guys get anxiety when you travel, even though you guys travel all the time? What do you do to control it? By the way, I love flying, so it's not the flying part that I get anxious about.
Well, what are you anxious about?
I
don't understand what. I feel like you just negated everything he said.
I can't talk about necessarily what causes my anxiousness sometimes when I'm getting on a plane, but this is what I tell myself. I go, you got to get it together. I say, you're about to get on this plane.
You like to get anxious,
I
don't
said,
you?
there ain't going to be no escape for you. You better
That's right.
get it together.
That's right.
Well, I think Scott, you're right, Aaron. I think Scott's living a lie here.
Yeah.
He gets bad anxiety every time he flies, but he's like, it's not the flying. Well, it sounds like it is.
Every time I fly, I get bad anxiety. I love flying, so it's not the flying part that I get anxious about. Well, then what are you? I feel like you're missing
You're
something.
trafficking something, I think. He's nervous
Yeah,
about what he's
you've
got
got-
in his bag.
Yeah.
You've got contraband on you, Scott, and I get it.
But I do think that method of just telling yourself, get it together.
Can I tell you something? I got my tags renewed. I made it 13 months. Got my
Wow.
tags renewed on my car. Had to buy both years. The year that I
Oh, I didn't
did, and
know
I
that.
had to do both of them. And for the first time in over a year, I'm completely legal. Wow. My license is renewed. My tags are up to date. I missed the rush.
Did you get that real ID?
I got the real ID.
I don't have real ID. I've been traveling with my passport now.
Yeah.
I tried to make an appointment, and the earliest appointment I could find is August 11th.
You don't got to do an appointment. Go to the Lebanon DMV. Go to outside of Nashville, and just show up. Put your name on the list. You can go to your car. They text you when you're ready. It takes 2 seconds.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
bother with the appointment. You got to get outside of Davidson County.
Somehow I'm against the real ID, but I'm also like, I'm not in for the fight because we already lost.
Yeah.
You're just giving in to the man, Dusty.
Yeah, well, we've already lost. Like people, I watch all these people that are refusing to have the picture taken of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to, I pre-check, so I go through and I don't have to go through the weird x-ray machine, which I do hate. And then you can refuse that. If you get randomly selected, you can refuse. But they really make it hard to refuse.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have given in. I'm like, we already lost. Who am I fighting this battle for? You know, if I flew once a year, maybe, but I'm flying every weekend, sometimes multiple times a weekend.
Right.
Do you still do clear?
I still have clear, but I most places it's not worth it. I mean, Nashville, it's, the only thing clear gets you is skipping around that long corral they make you walk through for pre-check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with Aaron. I was in line the other day. It was my turn to go up, and then somebody stops me like, hang on. And I thought, oh, it's somebody important.
Yeah.
It's the pilot or something.
Yeah.
It's just a guy with clear who has
Some dork in a vest escorting this person.
Well, that's the thing, you pay a little extra money, you get a little extra perk.
Mm.
I'm not into it though. I'll be honest with you, I'm not into it.
I was walking past him. Guy goes, "You want to sign up for Clear?" I go, "No." He goes, "May I ask why not?" I go, "I object to your whole business." And he was like, "Okay."
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "I'm not trying to get into it with
Yeah.
this guy."
He's like, do you know Dusty Slay?
Okay, Richard Phillips. I met Aaron briefly at the Atlanta airport.
Oh.
I listened to the podcast, but didn't realize how much weight he has lost. He looks downright skinny. As expected, one of the nicest guys. Huge fan.
How old is this comment?
Yeah, this came from a while back.
This was from, 1994.
That was 3.
That's very nice of Richard.
No, that was from
nice.
like 2 weeks ago.
That's nice to say.
Aaron is skinny. People say, "Oh, y'all are being mean with the fat joke." No, he's not fat.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm technically morbidly obese would be the technical term, but that's very nice of you to say. Thank you, Richard. It's good to meet you.
That is very nice.
People are very nice at the airport. People come saying hi at the airport. It's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Braden Meadows. I got married last Saturday.
Congrats.
I took my honeymoon in Panama City Beach.
There you go. Getting it started right.
Yeah. On our way to our condo, we passed the Fontainebleau. I had to explain to my wife why I started laughing. On our way back home, we listened to the new episode, and Dusty quickly became her favorite.
What?
Oh, thanks for the laughs. Well, Braden, sounds like you got a good woman.
Braden sounds like she makes some bad decisions.
Sounds like you got
You and Dusty.
You got yourself a good woman, and the Fontainebleau will always be a
Special place.
special place for me.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's where my dad met his wife.
Which one?
This current one.
Okay.
I've been making a lot of jokes about my dad recently, and I feel like I went out to LA and I did that stand up on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a couple, I think I already talked about this, but
Yeah,
I did a couple of jokes and I'm like, and then they clipped those up and I'm like,
Has your dad seen them yet?
yeah, probably. My dad watches all of them.
You haven't talked to him about it?
No.
Okay.
But it is what it is. I got more jokes about my dad that I'm doing. And I'm
Right.
doing a show in Auburn and I don't know what I'm going to do because
I got the same. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I got the same problem though. I got a show coming up. My mom's coming to,
Wow.
and I'm like, I got some jokes that I think might embarrass her a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
But they're some of my best jokes, so it's either her or me.
Yeah. And then you just remind her, you go, remember that auction that we did?
Yeah,
I was pretty embarrassed then.
yeah, yeah.
And I still sat with you.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's Automotive. Looking forward to bifocal baits. When he does bring them, I want to see Nate put them on and roast baits for them. After the roasting, Nate will say they actually help his vision, though.
Mm-hmm. Bob's Automotive is very funny. A few weeks ago, we were talking about names for comments, and I said, as long as it's a real person, I'm not going to do like Bob's Automotive. And you were like, oh, I'd love to hear from Bob's Automotive. And this person,
Wow.
Whoa.
Change their handle.
Wow, that's fun.
yeah.
This comment is confusing because everybody calls you a B something. So he's called you bifocal baits.
Mm-hmm.
But then he gets into it as if you really are bringing bifocals.
Well, I said I guess it would be 2 weeks ago now on the podcast, I'm getting glasses, and you guys kind of glossed over it. But I just got a text from my optometrist office saying their glasses are in. Come by.
What kind of frames are you looking for?
I've already picked them out.
What do they look like? How would you describe them for the listeners?
Thin.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe them.
Thin glasses. The
Oh, is that
frame
not
of it
good?
is thin?
Isn't that?
No, I think it's great.
Because I'm very insecure about it. So when you go thin glasses, that makes me think I messed up.
No, I was just confused at what you meant.
The frames, like they're not big, thick.
Are they like red? What color do you?
They're like
Black? Brown?
Do you know the colors?
Are you color? Is this what the glasses are going to help? The colors?
I think they're like gray.
Break out a color
Gray.
wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Break out a color wheel.
That's
So, yeah.
exciting. You're going to be wearing those on the pod
Maybe we'll see.
next week. You're
Maybe.
going to have them.
Glasses are kind of my thing, though.
Oh, yeah. I should have known you wouldn't want me to get them.
Yeah.
I'm growing my hair out.
Only Dusty can wear glasses.
Yeah.
We're all just going to become the same person. Singularity.
Aaron Thume. For my 30th birthday, my girlfriend surprised me with tickets for us and my parents to Nate in Peoria. What an incredible birthday surprise that my favorite member of the band, Aaron Weber,
What?
was on the show as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
The next day, my parents watched Signature Dish because they enjoyed Aaron's set so much. Thank you, Nateland, for making my dreaded birthday a lot better.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Aaron's got to stick together. Why was this a dreaded birthday?
30th.
He's turning 30.
But it's 30. 30's not a
I
scary
think
one,
he
is
just he liked his 20s, and No, my life got better, exponentially better in my 30s.
Me too.
Than my 20s.
Yeah, I think you're going to like your 30s.
And my 20s were a blast.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference. We've talked about it before. There's a difference between happiness and fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're happier
I'm
now.
Much happier, but I don't have a lot of fun.
That's what I'm saying. yeah, that's the difference. You get your fun out of the way in the 20s, and then 30, you find meaning.
I wonder if he likes you the best because he's close to your age. Because
Probably.
that, I just don't understand why you would be his favorite.
It doesn't make sense.
We have the same name.
Yeah, I guess.
Aaron Thumb.
Is it Thumb, you think? I said Thumb.
I think Thumb too, but Thumb is fun.
Yeah.
Aaron's Thumb.
Aaron Thumb. What if he has bad thumbs?
Yeah, dude, that'd be tough.
Dottie Mac went to the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga this weekend, and the night started with a 50-year anniversary video featuring Aaron and Dusty.
How about that?
Well, first of all, I think it's 40-year anniversary, but I thought I was in it. People have told me they've seen me in it, but maybe Dottie just skipped over me.
Dottie, I think you probably went to see Steve Byrne and my friend Vince Fabra featured for Steve Byrne.
I think you're right. I think she added that part.
Yeah. And that's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Steve is great. Vince is great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the host was, but I'm sure they were great.
Yep.
Maybe it was Eric Lonez.
Might be. Eric Lones.
Yeah, I hope it was Eric Lonez. Eric's my friend.
Eric, I like Eric.
Letty Wadford.
Hold on, can I just, get it going.
Around 2006, my mom and I took a trip to Charleston. We went to a wonderful restaurant and had a delightful waiter who was so nice and kind to my mom and me. He brought boiled peanuts as an appetizer to the table. As a fan of boiled peanuts, I thought that was the best. I remember the food was good, but the service was amazing. I'd like to think that we were at Hyman's and Dusty was our waiter.
Wow.
Well, Letty, I appreciate that because I don't know where you went. Oh.
Were you there in 2006?
I was there in 2006 and I was working at Hyman's.
Okay.
And I was a good server.
Did you serve boiled peanuts?
Boiled peanuts to every table.
Okay.
And as far as I know, I think we're the only restaurant in Charleston that was doing that. I looked much different in 2006, and it's likely that I was hungover, but I was still very good at my job.
Right.
Well, Letty, write us back and see did he eat food off your plate or off your boyfriend's plate if you're attractive? Oh, she was with her mom. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I probably ate off both plates. After they were done with it.
Yeah.
You know, one time we used to serve sesame seared tuna, and it had a lot of sesame seeds on it.
Yeah.
And that tuna would often be overcooked because you want tuna very rare. But, you know, it would come up and then they would put it under the heat lamp. And if the food runner didn't get it fast enough, the lamp would actually continue to cook it.
Right.
So this guy ordered this tuna and he said, this is way overcooked. So I go, I'll get you another one. Don't worry about it. And then I take his tuna that's not eaten and I take it to the back and I start eating it.
Yeah.
I just tear it up.
Yeah.
And then the new tuna arrives pretty quickly and I go out and I just check. I go, how does it look? He goes, looks great. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I go back, look in the mirror, and I have sesame seeds all in my teeth. So we both got fed, and I told him I appreciated it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Thank you, Letty. That was a very nice email, and I bet I was your server. Now they have my name on the table.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That's really cool.
Brian Paris.
Paris.
Brian Paris?
No, it's Paris. It's
Okay.
2 R's. My bad.
As professionals,
Brian.
do you have a higher bar when listening to other comedians, or can you appreciate it all? I'll let you guys take this because I hate it all.
I think we're probably much more, I don't want to say judgmental, but yeah, I mean, we probably grade it a little bit because we've heard so many sets. If someone has a hacky premise, the average person who goes to a comedy club once a year is not going to know that, but we're going to know that.
Right. There are certain jokes that people can do that work for almost any audience, and it crushes.
Mhm.
But when we're watching it, we go, we've seen that joke a million times.
Yeah.
But you almost can't blame the person.
No, you can't.
Because it's getting a laugh.
It's working, so the audience is happy. So that's really all that matters.
Stuff is hack for a reason.
Yeah.
It works. But I also think I go through phases where I'm way less snobby about it. It's like respect the kill. It's one of my favorite sayings. If somebody's just crushing, you're like, look, artistically, you can pick this apart all day.
Yeah.
But somebody's just murdering, you're like, all right, respect.
Yeah. Here's an example. I worked with a comic magician named Eric Eaton, right?
Yeah.
And I had interacted with Eric a little bit, but I had never seen his set. And we talked a little bit online. I always say to myself that I'm not, and I know Nate's dad does it too, but I always say I'm not into this comedy magic stuff. But he let me do a guest spot on his show. And then I sat and I watched his whole show, which I don't think I've watched a comedian's whole set in years.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. It was so funny. And he was, he's being fun with the crowd. He was,
spells.
He was a little, no, it was all kind of just fun magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was roasting the crowd a little bit at times, but it was all nice, all in good fun.
Yeah.
And I really liked it.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know, it just got to hit me the right way. There are comics I like that Aaron doesn't like, but it doesn't mean that they're not funny. Comedy is subjective.
Every now and then, it's like you start to appreciate things that are just different.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Orny Adams in Austin. I watched like 30 minutes of his show.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Because he's just so different from anybody else I'd ever seen. So yeah, once you just like anything, you see a lot of stuff, you start to.
Well, who's some comics that you don't care for?
At this table or just in general?
Either. I was joking.
I know. I was trying to think if I could come up with a funny
No,
answer.
there are things like
myself sometimes.
When people get into politics or social commentary, I usually tune out pretty quick. I'm just not into it. I don't want to hear another take. I'm not into it.
Mm-hmm.
People can make a light joke and it'd be fun, but I don't want, if people are like, I've seen comics go, they do some political joke and it bombs and they go, too real for you, huh? And it's just like, nah, just not funny enough.
Yeah.
Cindy Tully. I have a cousin named Cindy Talley.
Could be her.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Tully. Can I just say that it bothers me how Aaron can continuously pat his stack of papers on the tabletop multiple times, but the edges of the papers never go into order and line up together. How is that even possible? I don't know, Cindy, because I can do it. And look at that. Crisp. You don't even know this is multiple sheets of paper here. I don't know. Cindy, it bothers us all.
Yeah.
We talk about it, and he's just always, he's like the Jon Stewart in here stacking his papers.
I think, Cindy, I think you should just listen to this. You know what I mean? You tell a lot of people, you go to YouTube, you're missing out on a lot. But I think you should just listen on, just audio.
Oh, you just mean listen to the podcast?
Yeah, just listen.
I thought you meant like listen to what you're saying.
Stop
Cindy.
watching it.
Because then she won't know that you never get them straight. She'll still hear you stacking them,
Yeah.
but she'll assume at that point that you're getting them right.
I also disagree. I just got them straight just now. I can do it.
Yeah.
I have dexterity in my
In your
hands.
face, Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy, I got to agree with you, though.
Yeah.
Why?
It's the first time he's ever got him straight.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
That's often what I think.
Mm-hmm.
He stacks it sometimes when he just has one piece of paper. The fancy farm girl. I like that. Who are these people out here dogging on Dusty? That's what I'm saying. I feel like every Wednesday I tell my husband, Dusty brought up that thing I was telling you about the other day. Thanks, Dusty, for representing the people with questions out here. Listen, fancy farm girl, I get what you're saying. I mean, Brian and Aaron, sometimes I don't even think they open their apps to see what's going on in the world. And I present them with a new idea and they just stuff it down.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to open up the world to everybody.
Yeah.
And they just
Close it down for yourself.
And they shut it down.
It's our college education that they train us to shut
they've
alternative opinions down.
They've
That's right.
indoctrinated you,
That's
and
right.
and you guys are clouded by it for life now. So
I agree, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for telling your husband these things. And because I'm out here, I spend too much time on social media, and I like to comment, and I like to share. I'm a meme account half the time. I love to share little, I see funny things, I put them in my story.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, it made me laugh, and I want it to make you laugh.
Well, sometimes you'll share something and it makes me laugh. And I think part of the reason I'm laughing is because it made you laugh.
Yeah.
And I could just think about it. You shared one. This has been a while, but I thought it was so funny. And it was just a montage of honking the horn right when someone's about to do their golf swing.
Yeah.
And then they just and then they would get so mad.
Yeah.
And you shared that and I laughed and I play golf, but
The thing I liked about that one is that I agree with the men being honked at, where I'm like, I'm mad about it too. I don't even golf, but I'm like, that's annoying to me. And I just love how mad those guys got.
oh, I figured you were with the honkers.
No, the honk, I like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But the one that I shared that I find the most funny is there's a lady who was in like some local, what do you call it? Like a town hall, kind of local town hall. And they were like, we're here for 50th Street. She's like, I live on 60th Street. And he's like, okay, well, this is about 50th Street. She goes, I hate Facebook. I don't like social media.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I can't find a job. Does that make any sense to you? And the guy's like, ma'am, this is about stuff here on 50th Street.
Yeah.
And I just love it.
We're all
it's so
struggling
great.
out here.
Yeah.
This,
That lady's like, I'm about to get hurt.
this is the video I've been watching nonstop. Watch this. These two ladies.
Man, even among twins.
This is good stuff, dude. Wouldn't you like to see these two ladies at a gas station?
Yeah.
I don't appreciate the snacks they have, but I like everything else going on.
I mean, they're identical.
I don't know what
I think
those,
they're twins.
I don't know.
Well, I know
what-
they're twins, but I'm saying even for twins, they are.
eating it right there in the store.
Yeah, why not? They grab the whole box.
You see those Australian lady twins that are like completing each other's. They like witnessed a crime,
Yeah.
and they're like
Completing each other.
and they're telling the story, and they're
Yeah.
like echoing each other
Yeah.
as they're telling it.
I don't like that.
It's pretty wild.
Well, I guess it corroborates if they were telling totally different stories.
Yeah.
Aaron Weber here. I got to say, I am so excited to see Ben Rector, one of my favorite musicians, on the Richest Man in the World tour coming up. He's playing the Pinnacle here in Nashville. Great musician. You'd love his lyrics. It's not quite really what you listen to, but I think you'd like it.
No, it's
Dusty.
fine.
I like
Yeah.
to get out. I like to branch out.
Great musician, great songwriter. And I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Right now, you can get tickets to the Lumineers, The Weeknd, Gracie Abrams, and more. I love using SeatGeek. Here it is. I got Ben Rector's show pulled up right there.
Boom.
It's a very intuitive interface. It's not. I don't want to even mention some of their competitors, but I've been so frustrated with those. SeatGeek really got it figured out.
Rector dang near killed her.
That would have been funny 7 minutes ago. SeatGeek,
That's how long it takes sometimes.
SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket's rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. Pretty intuitive. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And I know I came through for you guys. You can use code NATE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets from SeatGeek. That's 10% off tickets with promo code NATE10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek.
All right. Our last comment from the comment section portion of the podcast. Tim Cochran.
Nice.
Breaking Bates needs to start his own podcast where he just sings or nose whistles old commercial jingles, kids songs, and classic TV theme songs. He would, however, need some co-hosts that actually recognize and appreciate the iconic tunes. Well, we found the oldest man in the comment section.
Well, he didn't say that he would even understand them. He just might want me to do it for others.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. That's a good segue into our topic today, commercials. I've been doing impressions, by the way.
In your act?
Yep.
Can I hear one?
No, I mean, it started right here on the pod, and I do impressions now. Everyone knows it, and I'll say throw out some, and they'll throw out, and I'll do it.
Can we do another round? Just like a real rapid fire, just quick round?
If you want, I'm good at it.
Who do you got?
Hank Williams Jr.
Let me think. The preacher man said, "It's the end of time.
Yeah, very good.
I don't even try it.
Country boy can survive."
Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you.
Even
I nailed
old,
it.
Trump.
Even old
Dude,
Hank would be proud.
Do Trump, and then we'll.
Trump, China.
Very good.
You're a natural. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know how you've not been doing these your whole life.
I agree. People kept asking me this weekend to do Nate.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I go,
Nate is tough to do an impression of.
I'd go,
So, yeah, something like that.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
I've spent a lot of nights in the hole. No, not in the hole. What is it he says? What is it he says?
What?
Nah, that's a good one. I like that.
I've spent a
Leave it
lot
at
of
that.
night.
It's not a bad quote to do. It's
Let's clip that out.
I've got a lot of bad nights in the hole. That's your Morgan Freeman?
I thought I nailed it.
Yeah.
You did nail it.
What is it he says? It's not the hole, is
He's
it?
in multiple movies. I mean,
I'm talking about Shawshank.
I remember my first night in the hole.
But I'm talking about the night where he's waiting for
It
Andy.
was like a long time ago.
you guys are naturals, man.
Well, I am at least.
It's a tall drink of water.
All right.
Andy Dufresne. I guess I just missed my friend. Some birds aren't meant to be caged.
I've said before that I've cast us all for Shawshank.
Yeah.
You're Andy.
Yeah.
You're Morgan Freeman, Red.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nate's the warden.
Yeah.
And I'm Brooks.
Yeah.
All right. Today we're talking about commercials. Let me ask you guys this. When's the last time you've actually bought something you think based off a commercial?
I buy I go to Cracker Barrel all the time now.
Well, yeah. When was the last time you were in a commercial?
I was going to make the same joke.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we were at Cracker Barrel debating this. And
yeah.
That's one of the great fun things in life. It's meaning, time of your life where you're free enough, you see a commercial about something and you go, I got to go get it.
I just don't even know when that
get in the car and go and get it.
It depends on what you mean by commercial. If you mean a YouTube or a TikTok ad, 2 or 3 times a week, I'll buy something off TikTok.
Oh, okay. In the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Like
I bought
what?
a little.
I don't know, a compass, a water filtration system,
We're getting different ads, dude.
a bug out bag,
What about your survival shovel? Remember that? Was that a TikTok ad?
Yeah, I think. Well, that might have been before the TikTok shop, but it was an ad.
Yeah,
and it got me.
So you buy survival.
Sometimes stuff comes. I don't even know what it is. I got stuff in my car because TikTok I send to the post office box, so I'll go check my post office box. I was like, what is that? Just stays in my car. But at the time, it seemed like it was a must have.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What about you, Aaron?
I think it was. I remember this was years ago, but I remember seeing a Zaxby's TV commercial when I was living with some buddies from high school, and I was like, "That looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
I could go for that right now." My buddy's like, "Let's go."
Mm-hmm.
Got in the car, drove to Zaxby's.
I think that's the only thing.
That was great.
Yeah, I also occasionally see a food commercial. And I'm like, that looks so good. I'm hungry right now.
Yeah.
And the next time I don't go out, but next time I see that restaurant passing, I'm like, I'm just going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
It never looks as good as it does commercial.
You ever been fooled when you see a TV commercial and you're like, everything looks disgusting
Yes.
right now? Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I haven't. I'm just kidding.
Sometimes though, on a commercial, the food looks bad, and you're like, "This was your chance to showcase it."
Yeah.
And
Most of the time, it looks way better than it does in real life.
Yeah.
So commercials.
Big Texas. I've never seen anybody go for a Big Texas cinnamon roll.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's a Big Texas cinnamon roll, yeah.
The commercials have evolved a little bit over time. Well, one, I think I sent you this. It used to be cigarettes could just advertise on TV. It hasn't been since 1971 that they finally realized cigarettes are bad for you, so they stopped doing ads. But
it's when they admitted that they were bad.
Yeah, and I think we've showed this before because we did a advertising episode years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I sent you some links. There was a cigarette commercial where the Flintstones, Fred and Barney, were advertising cigarettes.
Oh yeah,
it's a very funny commercial. Their wives are out there in the yard working, doing yard work, and they're like, "Man, these women are really working hard." And they're like, "Yeah, let's go in the back so we don't have to see it." And then they go in the back and smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's a good commercial.
So anyway,
I watch Andy Griffith. It is funny how cigarettes have even just in the way people view them. Like, cause I'll be watching an Andy Griffith episode and he'll just go out on the porch and smoke a cigarette.
mm-hmm.
And it's like, you think that this show is so wholesome that they would never do that.
Not now.
But, Andy's just lighting one up out there.
It was different then.
Yeah.
It's like a character trait. Now, like a lot of Aaron Sorkin's characters, like the hero will smoke cigarettes just to let you know they're a little complicated and they have some demons.
Well, I think we're going to do a tobacco episode here pretty soon. I've already done some research and we can talk about some cool TV characters.
Okay.
I was watching The Complete Unknown. That movie, Bob Dylan did not have a cigarette in his hand, which is probably true.
Probably.
But I mean, it was just one right after the other. But TV ads used to be 60 seconds. Even I don't remember that.
60 seconds. What are they now? 15 if you're lucky?
Yeah. So then most of my life, it's been 30. But now 15 is more prevalent than even 30 because people's attention span just keeps getting.
What were yours? 15 seconds?
15 seconds. My dad, I talked to my dad the other day. He goes, you got to do a longer one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad's like me. He's used to these longer ones.
Yeah.
That's such a dad comment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do a longer one.
But
just
now
let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some Super Bowl commercials, I think the night of, they might be a minute. And then the next time you see them on TV the next day, they're shortened down.
Condense it down.
Condensed a lot. Like Nate's, I guess.
Oh, yeah, the DoorDash. It's a DoorDash one.
Yep. All right. Do y'all have a commercial as a kid or something that stood out to you? A favorite commercial?
There have been a lot of really good ones, dude. I remember what?
That's what people say when they can't think of one.
What do you mean? I was about to get into
I'm
one.
sorry.
You're like, where do I get started?
So many.
Look, I was thinking of the answer.
Which ones aren't good?
But I was going to lead into it so seamlessly the people wouldn't have known.
Okay.
But I was thinking about it as I said that.
Gotcha.
And I'm still doing it right now.
Okay.
But probably my favorite out of all the very many favorites that I've had, and it's been such a journey just getting to watch all these commercials. I would say if you put a gun to my head, let's say you put a gun to my head and said, Aaron, what's your favorite commercial of all time? I would say, listen, there's so many good ones.
It's hard to narrow it down.
It is. Google Chrome had a commercial years ago, and it was about a single father and his daughter, and it was all about their communication together over Google Chat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tearjerker. You'll cry at the end of it. It's just like a super cut of them talking to each other, and she's going off to college and she's hitting them up, and it'll make you cry.
And then you look at the logo and you're like, oh, that's 666.
Google?
Yeah, the Google Chrome logo.
Hold on. Because I don't remember that from the commercial.
Nah,
You're saying that's the 666?
Yeah.
It looks like a circle divided into, three things.
Oh, I see it, Dusty.
yeah.
That's such a reach.
Is it?
Why would they put 666?
That's the question.
Yeah, why would they?
Yeah, that's the question.
Is it a reach, Aaron? I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. This demonic browser.
Dusty, you have a favorite commercial?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure
This is
that
gonna be a short episode. Like,
I'm sure I've had some, but it just doesn't stick out in my mind.
Cracker
like that.
Barrel right now.
Yeah, obviously, Cracker Barrel is the best commercial on TV currently.
Mm-hmm.
Like Matthew McConaughey driving in a Lincoln Town Car. I mean, I think he's cool. There's that one where they do the Paul Harvey, If I Were the Devil, or maybe they didn't do that one, where they did the Farmer one. The Farmer one's very good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
To me, right now, and you say you don't watch commercials.
Anything flows in, or the other girl that does AT&T, Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lily
commercials.
lately.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
She's a stand-up comedian.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her here one night at Zany's.
Oh, yeah?
Were you on the show?
No, I was just here hanging out.
You didn't tell me? Shoot me a text.
I mean, this might have been before you even moved to Nashville.
Oh, okay.
She was. Do you follow her online?
No, I didn't know she was a stand-up comic.
There's a lot of pages just
Big fan of
dedicated to
AT&T.
AT&T girl.
Yeah.
I
I have AT&T.
would say right now.
There's your end right there.
You do a commercial for AT&T?
How are you? I have AT&T.
Yeah, I have AT&T, right? I have phone service and fiber. So,
Well, she does.
man,
How many times have you done after midnight?
one time.
Okay, she does that some. Maybe I'll be on the same episode
Okay.
sometime.
Oh, that show just got taken off the air.
It did?
Yeah.
Did it?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It got renewed and then she stepped down
Oh,
from doing the show.
Oh, I had no
So
idea.
it's over. Until somebody else takes it over. Would you do that show?
Yeah, I'll take it over.
Okay. Tone of it's going to change a little bit. I'd say it's
Way
gonna be-
after midnight.
It's going to be. That's
It's the only way the FCC will allow
Yeah.
it. After 2 a.m. with Dusty Slay.
Yeah.
Anyway, to me, the funniest ads going today, and I referenced them last week's episode, is those progressive commercials where it can't make you not become more like your
Those
parents.
are very funny.
They're very funny. You said it makes you
No, I do
impolite.
think they're funny. I like them, but I do think it steers people away from just being polite and having conversation out in public.
I don't think people's behavior are that dictated by a progressive commercial.
And I think the guy who's the director,
Art shapes the culture.
You think that's art? A progressive commercial?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Now that you've said that, though, I think my favorite commercial chain is the Mayhem Man.
The Mayhem Allstate.
Yeah.
The insurance industry.
yeah, I have a whole thing here about.
dominating.
I love
the
the Mayhem.
commercials.
The Mayhem Man.
What is up with that?
Really great.
Why is that? It's beer and insurance.
Well, they have a ton of money because we're just giving them money.
for nothing.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I read a
it.
tweet somewhere. It was like, my favorite thing about having health insurance is that you pay a whole lot of money and then you get hurt and go to the hospital and have to pay a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But you're right. The Geico Gecko.
Oh, yeah. So easy a caveman could do it.
Caveman, yeah.
First time that aired, I was in a restaurant in Charleston watching, and the first one where he said, it's so easy a caveman can do it. And then a caveman's holding the light, and he's like, come on, dude, I'm right here.
Yeah.
That really made me laugh.
Well, the Geico Caveman was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that guy was everywhere. I think there was a TV show about him.
I think
mean,
so.
It
Very short lived.
It became a thing, man.
Beef jerky with Sasquatch.
Let me go through the insurance
Yeah,
commercials.
whoa. Slow down. That's,
Messing with Sasquatch.
You're just remembering commercials.
Yeah.
Well, that's your favorites, but now I've moved on.
Why that? All right.
But as we start to, the mind's starting to open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dusty's mind's finally starting to open.
Dusty's in.
Yeah. That's how they get you.
There's that Google Chrome logo got him
Yeah.
going.
All right. Anyway, yes, the caveman, the Geico Gecko started in 1999. He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
15 minutes could save you 15% more in your car insurance. Everybody knows that line now.
Yeah.
Flo from Progressive. She's appeared in more commercials than any actor.
And then her little sidekick that kind of looks like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good looking dude. Well, he is. He's in shape. Why can I not find how many commercials she's been in?
How would you go if you're trying to find that guy? How would you Google it? Oh, Progressive.
Dorky progressive guy.
Progressive.
I don't know about dorky.
I think Progressive guy got him. I didn't need to insult him to find him. But there he is.
SeatGeek.
She's appeared over 150 commercials as Flo from Progressive.
Jeez.
Flo's great.
I would never have guessed that many.
She's in Mad Men. She plays a very small character in Mad Men.
I think she makes a lot of money now as Flo.
Yeah, I don't think she needs to do bit parts like that anymore.
Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
I remember when Jake was white.
yeah. That first commercial.
Yeah, there was a few, I think, and there was one where it was a very bad commercial.
Oh, khakis.
That's a
Yes.
great
One-
commercial.
That one is a good one.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
I'm talking about the one where the wife thinks he's cheating.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, it's such a
What are
fun-
you wearing, Jake from State Farm? Khakis.
I thought it was
Yeah,
a
that was
great
a
commercial.
good. What are you talking about?
Your comedy, you would.
Oh, okay.
Hackville.
What do you like? What were your favorite ads from Little Orphan Annie growing up? Right?
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Winston Naturals.
All right. The Affleck duck.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad sold Aflac for 30 years.
Were they doing the duck back then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not when he started, but while he would have the little stuffed ducks.
You know, go, wah, wah.
Yeah, that he could give to people as gifts, and he used to go around telling people that he was the voice of the Aflac duck.
That's
It
a
was-
great lie.
Yeah,
I thought it was Gilbert Godfrey.
It was Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
but most people didn't know. So my dad would just, and then Gilbert Godfrey made some kind of joke
Yeah.
about something in Japan.
The tsunami or something?
Yeah, he made some kind of joke, and apparently Japanese people now this is just what they said, are very concerned with cancer because of, some obvious things that went down with nuclear bombs.
Mhm.
So
Wait, what happened?
so they do a lot of business with cancer policies with Aflac. So he made that tweet and Aflac dropped him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? We bomb a country, then we swoop in and sell them insurance.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And now it's Nick Saban and Deion Sanders.
That's right.
With Affleck duck.
Nick Saban is the worst actor of all time, but I love Nick Saban.
He's in those Verbo commercials now. He's in a lot.
He's pretty good in those, I think.
He's just playing a jerk.
Yeah, played himself, but the
now that
writing's
he's-
good.
Now that he's not a coach, he's probably getting some acting classes.
Mm-hmm.
The Mayhem Man from Allstate.
That's the best. I love that character.
Dean Winters is his
I
name.
love that character.
And then there's the Dennis Haspert. Is that his
Yeah.
name?
That's all state stand. That guy?
I like that guy, but
Are
those
you in good
commercials
hands?
are too serious. for
Yeah,
me.
they're very serious.
I like that guy. He was in Heat.
Yeah.
He was in that movie.
Yeah.
And he was in he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in a baseball movie, the one with Tom Selleck where they go to Japan, maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, he was also in Major League.
Yeah.
He was
There's a show called The Unit on
Is he
CBS.
in Major League too?
That he was the
I've only seen Major League 2 once, so I don't remember, but you know him in Major League, right? He was
The voodoo guy?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't connect. That was him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, let's say, Dusty, we talked a little bit in the last episode about career ambitions, your goals. Let's say a company comes, I know you said the Cracker Barrel commercial, but what's your dream? Company comes to you, they go, we want you to be the Flo or the Mayhem Man, and we want you'll just do this the rest of your life, make millions of dollars, do funny commercials. What's your dream company to do that for?
I don't know, but I've been saying to people I'm trying to be the Flow of Cracker Barrel. That is what I've been saying to people. I don't know. I don't know that there's a product that I'm, wholly looking to endorse the rest of my life. What do you have something loaded?
No, I don't know.
What
I'm trying to think about you, like who
I don't know.
survivalist stuff again.
Yeah, but they don't really do
Yeah.
real commercials for
Yeah.
those. That's not going to make you money. And especially if I'm trying to do it the rest of my life, it's like, and we need the survivalist stuff. It's like, if that keeps going after a while, they're going to be like, do we really need this?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do like a Bass Pro Shops or something like that.
Bass Pro Shops would be cool.
Yeah.
Just to be like that guy.
Cabela's, that whole
that whole
thing. That'd be
universe.
cool.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Levi's or Wranglers or something like that.
Yeah, not Wrangler, I don't think.
Okay.
Because Wrangler gets associated now with the cheap jeans at Walmart.
Does it really?
Well, it always has, I think.
Okay.
Because Wrangler makes very good jeans, but then they also make cheaper jeans.
Okay.
And then they can get down to the rustlers.
Yeah. Bugle Boy.
Yeah. I don't know.
What about Waffle House?
I am more of a Cracker Barrel guy than
Okay.
a Waffle House.
Yeah. Don't
Waffle
insult
House
them.
has really fallen off. I used to love it, but
What
it's really
if-
fallen off.
I think you're just growing up, man. I
Maybe.
think Waffle House is what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What if Western Sizzlin started a campaign?
If Western Sizzlin got going again,
Yeah.
they'd probably want me to take the joke down about the sweating on the buffet.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Or lean into it. You know?
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you about our next sponsor, Vuori. Vuori is the new perspective on performance apparel. It is perfect if you're sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. But mainly, it is by far the most comfortable and best looking thing I wear. Vuori is incredibly versatile and designed to look great in everyday life. I love to wear it when I'm traveling and recording this podcast.
Wearing it right now.
I am wearing it right now. And I also wore it this weekend as I had pants. These are some pants that I just found that I had that are Vuori, and they're so great. I was low on hangers, so I started hanging pants inside of shirts. I didn't even know I had these, and they're great. I mean, when I'm reading this, it says it's perfect if you're sick. And right when I read that, I thought, I didn't feel great traveling this weekend. I wasn't sick, but I didn't feel great. And Vuori felt very good. It is comfortable and looks good. I am anti not traveling in jeans. I feel like everybody should be traveling in jeans. But Vuori is the exception.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were working out, I would wear them to work out. They're great. I don't know a lot of the names, but I'll tell you this. Right now, I'm into the Sunday Performance Jogger.
Yes, sir.
It's part of their Sunday collection. It's soft, lightweight, with 4-way performance stretch, so it moves with you with no restrictions. I've never been a fan of sweatpants or what some people call them jogging pants. I've never been a fan. I said before, I burn them.
Yeah.
I burn sweatpants. But
Just could give them the goodwill.
no, I don't even want other people.
They don't want them.
Poor people don't even need to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I shop at Goodwill, so
I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
You don't need to do
And
that.
Vuori is great. Vuori is my favorite pants, and I love them. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at Vuori.com/Nate. That's VUORI.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to Vuori.com/Nate and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions.
have you ever done any commercials?
No, never done one.
Yeah. You did that. I mean, kind of a commercial. That promo for Sprung. You were in that.
Oh, yeah.
That aired during commercials.
That's true. I was on a national TV spot for a while.
Yeah.
It's helpful when your one spoken line sums up the plot of the show in one sentence.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
you delivered it well.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a commercial now. I think I sent it to you. Somebody posted on Reddit for AutoZone or something. And they say it looks like me. Maybe it's not AutoZone.
I'm not going to be able to see it because Reddit's blocked on the...
Oh, well, never mind.
Sorry.
Go look it up, folks. The Emu and Doug from Liberty Mutual has another insurance.
Oh, I like that one. They kind of punk that one guy, though. I don't like it. The main guy, he gets punked a lot on that.
What does that mean?
Well, he's like,
What does that mean?
He's like the main, he's like the cop in charge, and it feels like they always treat him like he's not good enough. And I just feel bad for that guy all the time.
Of all people to feel bad for. I don't think those commercials are very good.
I feel bad for that coyote, dude. He never gets the road runner.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
do feel
Well,
bad
I did
for
feel
the
bad for
coyote.
him.
Yeah. Because a coyote should just be smart enough to just go for a different kind of bird.
Yeah. But don't you think it's the rejection that is so tempting about it?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
the chasing that which cannot be caught.
A
It's
good-
like Moby Dick.
A good finale for that show would
Yeah.
be him catching the Roadrunner finally and eating it.
Yeah, I think he catches him once, but like somehow he's been shrunk and the Roadrunner's like he's so small that he can barely get his arm around the Roadrunner's leg. That was kind of the joke. He was excited, but he couldn't do anything.
All Looney Tune stuff like that. I used to love it as a kid, but it's like now when you watch it, it's like there's just always a loser and always a winner, and the winner never loses, the loser never wins.
Don't you think a good ending to the Roadrunner coyote would be the coyote catches the Roadrunner and he's about to bite into him and kill him, and he decides, I don't know if I really want this.
Mhm.
Maybe the joy,
of the
maybe the
chase.
thrill of this has been about the chase. And that if I finally catch it, if I finally kill this Roadrunner, I won't have any meaning in my life anymore. And he lets him go, continuing an endless chase. Wouldn't that be nice?
I like this ending.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get
All of what you just said.
let me get just a little something going here. Yeah.
I like what you said. All of what you said. He lets him go, and then the Roadrunner runs,
Right.
and then the coyote pulls out a gun, takes him down from long range,
High-powered rifle.
and then gets to
The
him,
scope.
takes a bite, and goes, this is tough, and then doesn't even eat the rest of it.
Wow. That would be nice.
And then he goes, Bugs Bunny's next.
You know, when Shane Gillis hosted Saturday Night Live, they did a sketch, the emu,
Yeah.
where he had a gun.
Cut for time, and then they put it up. Yeah.
And some people commented like, oh, emu with a gun. Got that from Nateland,
Oh, that's funny.
which I don't think he did.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Sounds like
That's funny what you said about Bugs Bunny, like Looney Tunes, the clear-cut winner and loser. All shows used to be like that.
Yeah.
I just watched Crocodile Dundee 2. You like the Crocodile Dundee movies,
Love 'em.
right?
Paul Hogan, so great.
But in the second one, is when he goes back to Australia and the cartel chases him.
Yeah.
But he never ever, there's really nothing he ever does wrong. There's never any real conflict because he's always so much smarter than they are.
Yeah.
So by looking at it through today's lens, you're kind of like, well, what's the conflict? Why am I even worried for you? Because
I've not seen 2 in a while, but I think they kidnap his friend, right?
they kidnap his girlfriend at the beginning.
I thought they kidnap his friend and then he shoots his friend.
Oh, yes.
He shoots him, but he nicks him to make it look like he doesn't care.
That's true.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. The thing about Crocodile Dundee, though, that I like is it is like this is a man that knows how to handle himself.
That's right.
But some of these, like the Equalizer and some of these, it's kind of cool, but yet when they never, ever do anything wrong, you're like, well, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him some flaws. Let him overcome something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see Lightning Jack with Paul Hogan?
Seen Kangaroo Jack?
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
No.
Yep.
Is it good?
Yeah, and Beverly D'Angelo?
Oh, I like her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you drink in a beer commercial?
No, you can't.
Shane Gillis and Post Malone have a commercial now where they kind of allude to that, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen it?
No.
Post Malone can't even do commercials now.
Nah.
It's not a it's not a law. It's an industry self-regulation.
Yeah.
The Beer Institute and beer companies have all just agreed that it would be best not to show people actually consuming
Oh,
alcohol.
I love
Makes
their
sense.
morals. What a sweet just hey guys. Yeah, let's sell it to them, but let's don't show them drinking it, huh? I want beer and alcohol commercials where you see where it's all people hungover.
These people hammered?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want to show.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about some of the most famous commercials ever. Apple, 1984. You guys know this?
It's a great one, though. It's the Super Bowl commercial.
Yep. Introduced the Macintosh computer. It's often cited as the best commercial ever.
Wasn't the Macintosh a bit of a failure, though?
think it was.
the product that it was actually trying to sell. I mean, it got so much buzz. It's such an iconic commercial.
Mhm.
But I think the Macintosh was considered a failure.
I think you're right. Coca-Cola, Mean Joe Green.
Great commercial.
You know this, Dusty?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Probably if you show it.
man. Yeah.
It's from the 70s.
Did you send it to me on here? Or
I don't
I can
think
probably just look that up.
Yeah. Mean Joe Green played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's walking off the field. Some kid somehow gets access and tunnel and
Hey, Mr. Green.
Yeah. You need any help? I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
if you're listening, skip ahead.
Okay.
Well, he downs it, doesn't he? The kid's 60 now.
I love that commercial.
That's such
Great.
a good
That's
commercial.
great.
Give me
dude.
chills.
Yep.
That's so good.
Yep.
But you're right. It's so much. That would be a 15-second commercial now.
Yeah.
That was a minute long.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is like, maybe don't have 20 seconds of him just drinking the Coke.
Yeah.
Like, let's trim it down a little bit.
But that, I watch the TV show Columbo a lot, and what I like is that they
Of course you do.
they do take their time with it.
Yeah.
You let things set in.
Yeah.
It's not quick cuts all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. I mentioned this a few weeks ago in here. I don't think you guys were familiar with it. Where's the beef?
Oh yeah.
It's from Wendy's. Old ladies are looking at the beef patty. I think it was referring to McDonald's. And she goes, "Where's the beef?" This was such a popular fad when I was a kid. Everybody was like, "Where's the beef?"
It's a very big fluffy
Where's the beef?
I love it. They probably can't even do commercials like that now. Now they're like, "Where's the impossible meat?"
Budweiser has two famous ones, Was Up and The Frogs.
The frogs.
Bud,
Wise.
Zer,
That's a good one.
Bud,
That was a
Wise.
really good. I remember that one as a kid. That was a classic.
Captain Obvious. Somebody just called Dusty Captain Obvious on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I agreed with him. Dusty made, I don't know.
Oh, I saw that. That was a crazy comment.
It's so inappropriate. I mean, I'm just like, I'm just sharing stuff.
I was surprised you didn't lay into him more.
Yeah, but he seemed like he follows me.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was trying to be
He
funny.
was trying to
That
have
didn't
fun.
usually hold you back.
No.
I follow you. Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world.
Oh,
Yeah,
those were great.
Really good.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of that similar vein, greatest commercials of all time. Real Men of Genius.
Oh,
I forgot about those.
Real Men of Genius.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what the product
Bud
was.
Light presents
yeah.
Real Men of Genius.
Those were great.
Yeah. I don't even remember what any of them were, but they were so funny.
Mentos had a good run.
That's how Morgan Freeman got a start.
Is it?
Yeah, he was in a Mentos commercial.
Yeah, Mentos, where they would.
Is that true? I might have.
I did send you a
completely
link
made
to
that up.
celebrities in commercials.
I might have completely made
well,
that up.
Mentos was like, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm scared to do this," and then you're like, "Pop a Mentos," and then you're like, "Now I can do it. Now I can do it."
You know what I was thinking of? That was actually
That lady though, that just popped
Yeah,
up
yeah.
for putting the Mentos in the Coke.
I got Morgan
That's a
Freeman
great
mixed
one.
up with Vinny Chase from Entourage. He started with a Mentos commercial.
Some people
That
say
happens a lot.
Morgan Freeman, this is a 1971 Alka-Seltzer commercial. Look at young Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
I never knew he was young.
Well,
I
this
think he was born 50.
This confirms it to me. Some people say that Morgan Freeman is Jimi Hendrix.
Who says that?
Some people say that.
Why would he become another famous person?
Well, he's like, I've done everything I could do in the guitar world. Though Rolling Stone will have me as the greatest guitarist of all time every time.
Yeah.
And now I can, become a great actor.
All right. He looks like him there.
Yeah.
A couple more. Snickers, you're not you when you're hungry.
Those are good.
They kind of relaunched Betty White a little bit.
Yeah.
Any of those commercials where they just create a formula and then they can just pump out like 30 of
Yeah,
them.
those
so
are really
smart.
good. Joe Pesci has one of those too.
Yep.
Yeah. Hungry? Why wait? That was a Snickers commercial too.
Volkswagen The Force, where the kid's out as Darth Vader.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
You know this, Dusty?
Nah.
And then the dad has the automatic starter. This is a few years ago when it was newer, and right when the kid's doing the Force, he starts the car, and the kid freaks out because he thinks he actually did it. So anyway,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it's a good commercial.
A couple more from my childhood. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, iconic.
Yeah. Life Alert.
Let me tell you,
Gosh, those were so good.
when I was in maybe 6th or 7th grade, went to summer camp. At the end of the summer camp, we all had to put on little sketches for everybody at camp.
Yeah.
And in one of the sketches, my character fell down. And our camp counselor was like, you should say, I've fallen and I can't get up. I was like, that's not funny at all. He's like, trust me, it'll kill. And I go, I've fallen, I can't get up. And it murdered. And I had, with all the older people,
Yeah.
I had no clue what it was.
Oh, that's
It
great.
was years later before I realized that was what it was a reference to. But it was that iconic of a commercial. Huh?
Yeah, I did. I remember my senior year of high school doing act out thing in drama class where the girl goes, I've fallen, I can't get up. And then there's the second line, I'm having chest pains.
Able to summon an ambulance, my next door neighbor, my family, and my doctor without picking up a telephone. I use this remote control to contact Life Call, my 24-hour emergency medical response service.
I love it.
Watch. You just
Yeah,
press
that's what
this
the
button
dispatch
and
guys
speak
look
into
like,
the
huh?
air and
I'm having chest pain.
I'm calling paramedics and your family, Mr. Miller.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
We're sending help immediately.
Bless her
Mrs.
heart.
Webb.
Yeah.
The Crying Indian.
Never seen that.
I know that it's very iconic.
Is that
but I don't
Land
know
O'Lakes
that.
butter?
I
No,
don't
this
know
is
that
a
I've ever
PSA
seen it.
actually for like conservative.
The environment.
Oh, Keep America Beautiful, 1970.
Iron Iris Coney.
Marlon
Cody.
Brando.
At the end, he has a little tear down his cheek from all the pollution he's seen
Oh,
right there.
jeez.
Turns out that guy wasn't even Native American.
Oh, that's where we've talked about this before.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy was not Native American.
Nope.
Wow.
A couple of controversial commercials.
Helped reduce litter by 88% across 38 states, according to one reliable source. I don't know who that was. Just one guy was like, nah, 88% reduction.
The Peloton commercial from a few years ago where the guy got his
Yeah.
wife a Peloton.
Yeah.
You seen that, Dusty?
I think so.
Yeah. And people got really
Took a
upset
lot of
about
flack.
it.
And now Peloton's doing great.
They had a couple of
They're not.
shows
They're-
where people, well,
They're laying off people by the
okay.
thousands. Yeah.
there's a couple TV shows where someone died on a Peloton.
Really?
Yeah, I think Billions, and I think there was another one where,
From a heart attack or
yeah,
something?
somebody had a heart attack.
Wow.
Pepsi's Global Message of Unity with Kendall Jenner. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yep.
Do you remember Head On, applied directly to the forehead?
Oh yeah.
Head On, applied directly to the forehead. Head On, applied directly to the forehead.
What
Man.
about locally? We have that commercial about buying junk cars.
We buy junk cars?
You ever hear that one? It's just some jingle.
Mm-hmm.
Real annoying.
You ever get a card in the mail for We Buy Ugly Houses? And they're like, your house is on our radar. And you're like, oh, God. Let me tell you, We Buy Ugly Houses was hitting us up hard, dude. They were like, you're top of the list right now.
The longest running commercial is Discount Tires commercial. First started in 1975. Still airs some places where the old lady throws the tire through the window.
Uh-huh.
You guys know this?
No.
Maybe when you see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it airs much anymore, but
Discount Tire Company.
Wow. She don't need Life Alert.
Costs $18 to make that commercial.
yeah. Netflix now has a thing now, $7.99 a month.
Of course.
You can have ads.
It was just a matter of time.
Mhm.
Matter of time. For
$7.99. You can have ads.
Yeah. Or you pay more. and-
$25 is the highest subscription, I think, a month, but $8 is
Just
what-
comes
for the ads.
creeping back, dude.
All right, a couple more things here. Subliminal messages. Dusty,
Yeah.
you getting into this, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what all of this is.
Here's the famous case that I always heard about, but I thought it was prevalent, but apparently it was just one time. 1957, a market researcher called a press conference, and he said that he repeatedly flashed the slogans "Drink Coca-Cola" and "Eat popcorn" throughout a movie, too fast for conscious perception. And as a result, he claimed sales of popcorn rose 18% and Coke by 58%. And he called it subliminal advertising. He thought everybody was going to love it because it was going to save money making these ads. People did not like it. He later confessed that his research, he's not even sure if it did increase the sale of the ads. But so that one you're looking at there, that's a Burger King commercial.
Mm-hmm. KFC.
Oh, a KFC commercial where there's a dollar bill subliminally put in there.
What's that supposed to mean? Like you get that? Oh, because it's only $1?
I think so.
I think your brain just registers a dollar bill is a good thing.
There might be money in that sandwich.
Yeah, you know.
Get your snacks.
I may have lost a page here. There was a McDonald's commercial. There was an Iron Chef episode where a McDonald's logo pops up in the middle of it.
Middle of the episode.
They said it was just a mistake. It was an error. It's who knows? But Dusty, you think this is going on?
It's tough to explain as a mistake. I mean, it just.
Well, for sure, I think it's going on.
I accidentally hit the McDonald's button.
I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think they do it with music. I think they have frequencies and things that can change your mood. Well,
music can change your mood.
Yeah, but I think there's subliminal things that are happening in there.
Like they put in something in music and it makes
they change the frequency. Like there can be a healing frequency to music.
Mm-hmm.
And then there also is, the opposite.
Yeah.
So I think everything is some kind of subliminal messaging to get to us, to make us buy, to make us consume,
buy. Yep.
You ever see the movie They Live?
Yeah.
Yeah. When the guy puts on the glasses and then it changes everything. They Live I wouldn't say They Live is a great movie, but it's a must watch.
That's such a iconic scene.
Yeah,
Obey.
It's a must watch.
The longest running sponsorship, this is not TV, it's radio. Martha White for the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, yeah.
Martha White brand's been with advertising the Grand Ole Opry since 1948.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy, huh? You've heard those, right?
Yeah, sure. That and Dollar General.
Yeah.
And Humana.
Humana's I think the title sponsor, unfortunately, for Reno Collier. Cracker Barrel's Campfire Chicken, supposedly shaped like a satanic symbol.
Well, that's not true.
That's just what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
That's not true.
I don't know who they is, but that's what they're saying on TikTok.
That's right. I think
when it opens up, there's a.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
It's the Ark of the Covenant.
All right, you want to get into? Oh, here's another one. Burger King tweeted. This is in 2021. Posted a tweet stating, "Women belong in the kitchen." And it was supposed to be that only 20% of chefs are women.
Yeah.
But people are like, "What?" So it backfired on them. Taco Bell used to have a commercial about the Belluminati.
Uh-huh.
And it was playing off Charlie Daniels tweeted about it.
Well, yeah.
Saying, don't be joking about the Illuminati.
And then he died.
And then soon after,
he
died. He got too close.
Taco Bell, the bell in there does look like a snake's eye. You ever see that? Oh, that reminds me. I meant to talk to you guys about something.
Okay.
Look at it now.
Like
look at that reptilian eye in that. Look at that.
Just a circle?
Nah, look at that thing in there. That's a reptilian eye right there, man.
Inside the bell?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
Well, he's not saying anything. He's just
letting you know I'm watching.
Yeah, looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw last night when I was doing research all those hidden little, like FedEx. There's an arrow. You've seen that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a few others. Tostitos.
That's a great one. Yeah.
It's two people like putting chips together in the middle.
Right, which will just break the chips. You never want to do that. They're fighting over a chip. You never want to do that. Not over a bowl of salsa.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get your carpet all
It's
messed
going to
up.
ruin the carpet. You got to put club soda on it. It's a whole thing.
on. You know, I wanted to just this is not on commercials, but we talked about cats one time.
Yeah.
And house cats, you know, they just say they're, you know, an evolved species of the other cats. But all the other feline have regular looking eyes, like almost human eyes, whereas the house cat has more of a reptilian eye.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up now. It's a
at
good
that.
time to talk about it.
Look at
Yeah,
that
that just looks like an eye. But then the pupils dilate really. I mean, so that looks like normal eyes right there.
But look at a lion's eye.
Wow.
My point is
Yeah, what's your point?
that the eye, I just don't think that is, they never have the slitted eyes. So I just think that the house cat is a different species and not just a domesticated.
So you think it evolved from reptiles?
I think it's just a different kind of animal, and I just think that they always push the domesticated thing on us, but I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've sent me some Instagram videos about this.
Yeah, yeah.
3 a.m. I'll see my phone light up. I'm like, what is this? My mom. Oh, no, it's Dusty sending me a conspiracy video. My heart's pounding. Like, what's happened?
There is an explanation for this,
Oh.
but it's not interesting. So we'll just move on. But just know it's been talked about.
And
Well,
no,
no,
Dusty's
it's
not
been
going to
talked
agree
about.
with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into. Oh, go ahead, Dusty.
No, I got nothing. I
Uh,
just don't. You know, Aaron's just saying what's interesting and what's not.
yeah, who are you?
No, I'm saying
Arbitrator of
the
interesting?
rebuttal to what you're saying is
Yeah.
not interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What's it say?
well,
Just give us a synopsis.
smaller cats have vertically slitted pupils, which are better suited for ambush hunting and judging distances. So they've both.
That seems interesting.
It's a key adaptation that helps them thrive in their respective environments. You know?
That seems interesting to me.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian?
I'm
Yeah.
saying it's an explanation for the question that
Yeah.
you're posing. It's an answer to it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. I just don't think that they always just tell us they're domesticated lions, and I don't think so. You know, it's its own thing.
There's a few steps in between.
I
I
think
think
it's
is
its
the
own
point.
thing. Is all I'm saying.
Okay.
You don't think it's a feline?
No, I just think it's its own thing. It's not. It's always been this cat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's my point.
You think dogs were always just dogs?
Well, I don't think they have a changing of the eye,
Okay.
and I think dogs are in Bible times always referenced in a kind of a gross way.
Dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah, they certainly weren't considered pets, I don't think, then.
yeah.
They're much more domesticated now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, today we're talking about commercials. Here's one. We talked about some good commercials, some bad commercials. Here's one. Not even an ad because it's a way of life. Bombas.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Bombas right now. Bombas spring socks are the best. It's a busy time of year, and the right socks can make or break your spring.
It really can.
It really can. Bombas makes the ultimate errand socks, from actually spring cleaning to walking the dog to everything in between. Bombas took their socks arch-hugging, stay-up cuff, ultra-cushion design very seriously, so you can take a load off. Bombas started making socks when they learned that they're the #1 most requested clothing item in homeless shelters. So thank you for shopping with Bombas. You're helping donate over 150 million essential items. Now that's a lot of socks.
That is, sure is.
And a lot of kindness. So head over to bombas.com/Nate and use code Nate for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Nate. Code Nate at checkout. Some TV commercial jingles. This is fun to me. I'll sing any of them you want. Alka-Seltzer, do you know it?
No, I don't know that one.
Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. You guys don't know this?
Is that melodic at all?
Oh, you're so young.
How does it go?
Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
No, I never heard that. That's amazing.
I got a lot more here.
What
Kit Kat?
Dude, give me a break.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. What about baby back ribs?
I got that on here.
Baby back, baby back. Chili's, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Iconic.
What about Rolade spells relief?
I don't know that one.
That's not a jingle, I guess, but that's what the
It's just
Rolaids spells relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Hey, Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if that last part's how it went, but
Dr. Pepper. We used to have one. I'm a pepper. You're a pepper. What you want to be a pepper to? Be a pepper. Drink Dr. Pepper.
Everybody's
I
a
don't
pepper.
know that one.
Everybody's a pepper, but not everybody's a Dr. Pepper.
was that their expression too?
No,
That's
but
pretty good.
Yeah.
Dusty's now would be, I'm a prepper. You're a prepper. What you want to be a prepper to?
Well, everybody should be prepared to some extent.
That's right.
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. I'm a big kid now. Is that it?
I think that's Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Yeah. Is it?
I don't know.
Barry
What is
Manilow.
I'm a big kid now?
Probably some kind of vitamin.
Hold on. That's you know what I'm talking
I
about.
do know what
right?
you're talking about. I just don't know what the product is.
Kit Kat? Kit,
What you getting?
Snickers?
maybe Kix the cereal.
Kicks. That's kid tested, mom approved.
Oh. They don't. What?
I'm a big kid now.
That's a Huggies commercial.
Oh, okay. What about Apple Jacks? They don't taste like apples. We eat.
That's
what
the
we
year
like.
you're born. You probably were. What was it? Apple Jacks?
Apple Jacks. They go. The dad goes, why do they call them Apple Jacks? They don't taste like apples. And the kids go, we eat what we like.
Oh. That's
I
not
don't know
bad.
that one.
What about the Tricks? They never let the Tricks are for
Silly
kids.
rabbit.
Yeah, Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, that's not really a song, is it?
No.
Oh, O'Reilly.
Is that
Autopods.
a national commercial?
I think it
yeah.
has to be. Yeah.
I guess.
What about they're great?
Only half of these are songs, but I like. Yeah, that's a good one.
What about this one? I know chickens can't fly, but can they swim?
That's a good one. That's a good commercial.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they goes crack, crack, cracker barrel.
Is that really it?
No.
No, come on. Dude. The snack that smiles back, goldfish.
Oh,
You know that one?
I don't know that one.
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. I'm a Band-Aid now. What is it?
I am stuck on
On
Band-Aid because
Band-Aid's
Band-Aid's stuck on me.
Great
I'm
song.
getting cut at home. And
Stabbed with a pencil.
yeah.
Barry Manilow wrote a lot of these jingles.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Good
including
for
that one.
him, man.
But you came and you gave without taking. But I sent you away, oh Mandy. Just a Barry Manilow song.
Okay. I was like, what is that for?
Meow Mix.
Meow mix. Meow,
I
meow,
write
meow,
the
meow.
songs that make the whole world sing.
I've got chicken. I've got liver. Meow mix. Meow mix. Please
Oh.
deliver. Meow,
Whoa,
meow,
that's
meow,
a
meow.
good one.
Remember that one?
Yeah, I just knew the meow, 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 meow.
Mhm. I'm sure you did. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now.
What about this one?
I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now.
What about this one? J.G. Wentworth.
877.
I need cash now.
877 cash now.
What about
At the opera.
Morgan and 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 Morgan? You remember you made
I'm
that
John
commercial?
Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan.
You made a spoof commercial?
Well, I took all the commercials and I cut down to just the Morgan and Morgan and Morgan because it's like I'm John Morgan and Morgan and Morgan.
Yeah.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
It's just, yeah. There's a phenomenon for a while. Freecreditreport.com.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those?
Mhm.
Freecreditreport.com. Tell your kids, tell your dad, tell your mom. Remember that?
I was writing jokes about it because they just tell you to go check your credit and it'll get better.
What about this is an old one, Oscar Mayer Baloney.
My
Baloney.
baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. My baloney has a last name.
Second name.
Second name. It's Myeyer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few more. Toys R Us.
Toys R Us. Let me think. No, I don't know.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a
Toys R Us
kid.
kid. Yeah.
And then we grew up and they closed.
Yeah, they did.
Now you worked in advertising, right, Aaron?
I did for a little bit.
Did you do commercials?
A little bit, kind of. It was more social media stuff by the time I got into it, and less about the guy I worked for. Created one of the best commercials ever. It was a McDonald's commercial, like a Little League football, then that eventually became the movie Little Giants.
Really?
He ended up writing the movie Little Giants with somebody else, but it was a commercial first for McDonald's of kids all playing football, and it was just a great commercial.
Yeah.
So I worked with people that did that, but I was never involved at any kind of level.
I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Remember the one before that?
No. Also, that one and the ESPN one. The ESPN commercial with where they're just doing the Sports Center jingle at the beginning of football season. That was a good one.
ESPN has the best promo commercials.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
Very funny.
The Sports Center's ones.
I don't remember that. 1972.
I think they've had some in between.
You Deserve a Break. What is that all about?
But yeah, and then we talked about the Roll Tide commercial. I like that one. I don't know High Tide. I don't know that one. You guys talked about
stinks.
that.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys ever do Puffery?
A little bit.
Yeah, I didn't inhale though.
Aaron, tell them
Depends on what your definition of is. Yeah, puffery is the amount of it's the kind of the license you have to exaggerate about your own business, and it's legal. Like you're legally allowed to say best pizza in town, even if there's no metric to justify that statement. So it's like a vague claim that's just kind of like
you're puffing yourself up.
It's puffery, yeah, exactly. It's beating your own chest, just saying, whatever. It's the best thing since sliced bread. It's like, well, it's technically not,
Well, I say those sort of things, but they're true though. So
it's like you're allowed to say it's the hottest show. It's the hottest show in town.
Yeah.
But like you can't back that up with a science.
But if you were,
I guess not.
Yeah.
If you were making it, if I hired you as advertiser to make a 30-second ad for me, what would be the copy? Would there be any puffery involved?
What is it for? For your shows or just for you in general?
It's the Brian Bates and Friends at Zany's.
No. Well, the sad reality is I'd probably just get Nate to talk about it if I were really trying to get it to.
You just get him to voice it?
I just need Nate in the shot, and I need him talking, and he'll go, "Hey, this is Brian." That's what'll sell the tickets, unfortunately. Or maybe Dusty too. Get him and Dusty. Just kind of keep you out of it, and I think that it's good.
No stand up in the video.
No, God, no. You don't lead with your worst foot.
Focus on the Friends part.
Yeah.
Focus. Brian Bates and Friends. Emphasis on Friends.
Yeah.
Friends and Brian Bates.
And you talk about puffery and Friends. They might not even really be friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Brian Bates and acquaintances.
Yeah.
Brian Bates
That's
and who is available.
Title for a show.
That would be
Brian Bates and acquaintances.
Especially now when there's so many and Friends shows.
Yeah.
And it'd be more accurate.
Brian Bates and strangers.
No, you have your friends on the show.
Well, not the next one coming up. No, I'm joking. All right. Any other commercials y'all want to talk about?
I think we covered all the big ones. We sang a lot.
I'm sure we've got many.
This is probably the most singing we've ever done on the podcast.
Well, I think it's the hottest podcast we've done. No puffery.
I think Dusty's the hottest comedian in America.
Hey, yo.
No puffery here.
Yeah. Dusty, if you were doing an ad for yourself, what would you do?
Well, I'm trying to do ads for myself all the time.
Yeah.
So what I tell people is I go, come to my show. It's a relatively clean show. I say, I'm an adult and I'm doing comedy for other adults. I don't recommend kids come, but this is the type of show that you can bring your aunt to and you're not going to be embarrassed that you brought her. That's my ad. I go, it's a good show. I'm not making fun of people. We're just laughing. We're having a good time. It's just like, hey, I make a few jokes of myself, but not enough to make you feel sorry for me.
Right.
It's just fun, observational stuff.
Do you make any jokes about yourself?
A little bit
His
here
whole
and there,
thing
but,
is that,
What?
Not clean, not dirty.
Yeah.
Just dusty.
Just dusty. Yeah. So that's the kind of ads I try to do where I'm like, hey, this is a show that you can just enjoy, even if you don't know who I am. And then I say, hey, I got an hour on Netflix. I got an hour on YouTube. Go watch both of those if you want.
This is a long ad.
Decide if you like me or not. Yeah, my social media team's having a problem with it too. I go,
It's just too much good stuff. It's a little mini
decide if you like me or not, and then come see me, and you're going to get a whole new hour, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
I like you do the Mean Joe Gree commercial, but with you, and you're walking to the green room after a show, and a kid goes, "Hey, Dusty, you want some of my Coke?" And you go, "Nah, there's all kinds of chemicals in there."
Trying to give me high fructose corn syrup, buddy?
And he goes, "Okay, sorry." And then that's the end of it.
And then I swap it out of his hand. I go, "You don't need to be drinking that either. Where's your dad at?"
Mean Dusty Slay.
And then we'll do one for Aaron where he takes the Coke and then takes a sweat towel and throws it in the kid's face. The kid's like,
it's
oh
all
my gosh.
wet in his face.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And then I do one with me where like,
the towel off.
hey kid, can you be at my next show? I need some extra people just to fill the seats. All right.
No, we're all professional comedians out here.
We are.
The most professional of we're probably the most professional comedians out there.
No puffery.
No puffery.
Well, you started it, so I'm sorry. I'll let you wrap it up.
All right. So this weekend, I'm going to be in California. I'm going to start off in Modesto, California on Thursday. And then I'm going to go on Friday. I'm going on down to Bakersfield, California, Bakersfield, for a little Bakersfield Sound, a little Buck Owens, a little Dwight Yoakam, a little Merle Haggard. And then I'm headed on up to San Jose, California to surf the waves and do some comedy.
All right.
It's going to be great. I'm taking my friend from St. Louis, Will O'Donnell, with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've recently got QT, the Quick Trip gas station, to send us some swag.
Awesome.
And we like them. Big fans of the QT. And then, just to throw a date out there down the road a little bit, I'll be back at Zany's on June 24th. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Where are you going to be June 24th?
Zany's Nashville.
All right. How about here? In our own backyard.
Yes.
Right there.
Exactly.
Yep.
June 29th, I'm back at the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
July 6th, Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh.
Nice.
July 9th, Chattanooga at the Comedy Catch. July 29th, Brian Bates and Acquaintances.
Awesome.
Here at the lab.
Brian Bates. You should call it that.
You should call it that.
Yeah.
This weekend, big weekend for me. Saturday night, South Bend, Indiana, the Stockroom East. Hopefully both shows are sold out by now. Probably not. But then Sunday, I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I think that's all sold out by now. So sorry if you can't make it, but if you are going to be there, I appreciate it. And then I want to plug it one more time. I won't talk too much about it. I'm worried I kind of described it wrong.
Let me say for Fort Wayne, you actually added a second show.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but I don't know.
All right.
I don't know if we have the time to do that. But October 22nd, my wife and I are doing a fundraiser here at Zany's called Prater Silly. Sorry, it's for the organization Prater Willie Association of America, I think it's called. It's not for us. I want to make that. It's not a fundraiser for us. It's for the organization that we're hosting. The lineup's great. It's going to be a great show. We got a lot of corporate sponsors. People are putting money into it. We're going to give them a show worthy of it. That's October 22nd. My wife and I are really proud of what we're putting together. So make sure you check that out if you're in the area.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yep. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
There used to be a comedy club in Fort Wayne called Snickers.
I heard of that. Never did it. No, but I
did that.
I wish
club.
I had.
Did that club with a guy named Dobie Maxwell. Me and him did that club, and I featured for him. We put on a really great show. Both shows were sold out, back to back. Really great shows. I mean, the audience laughed the entire time.
What happened?
And then we go out to stand by the exit. I got a little merch. I think he's got a little merch. I got a CD. And I think maybe he has something similar. And I don't think a single audience member even looked us in the face. I've never been walked by that many people in my whole life.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I never met Dobie, but I had a good set. And then I thought he had a really good set. And I never seen anything like it in my whole life.
Both shows?
both I don't even know if we went out there the second time.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Sometimes it'll be like that. They're a really great show, then they just leave, and then you think it's a bad show, and a lot of people come up and are very nice to you after the show.
But it was great. I really liked Fort Wayne. That was also a club. I wrote a joke about this, but I went up to a waitress there at the club and I go, "Hey, can I order some food with you?" Right? And she goes, "You want to order some food with me?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "I'm busy." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." and then I was like, "All right, whatever. I'll just find another waitress, you know." And then she comes running up to me and she goes, "Oh, you want to order some food? I thought you were asking me on a date." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's much worse." Before, I just thought you were bad at your job. Now you're rejecting me.
I'm busy.
You got rejected without even putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
I'm busy. Oh, jeez. All right. That's very fun. I didn't know that was there.
Yeah.
Well, come see me. Come see me there.
Yeah.
Summit City. That's it. You want to close it out, Dusty?
Yeah, we've had a great time doing this podcast with you guys. We've sang a lot of jingles. We played a lot of commercials. This has been more of an interactive podcast than I think we've ever done. We showed a lot of video. I mean, interactive in the fact that we use a lot of technology in it. We put a lot of video into this. And
we get flagged.
High production value.
It's very good. Aaron just ran that computer like that's his job out here. And
Thanks,
Brian
dude.
put together another flawless podcast. I mean, his research is unmatched. And I just want you guys to know, as we're signing out here, that we all are professional comedians. This is what we do for a living. No puffery. And we want to thank you for listening to this podcast. And come see us at our shows. And we hope you have a wonderful day. We're having a good time.
See you next week.